Hello everyone, today I will explain 5 technical questions from the C3A exam. Let's start with the first question. The first question asks which method should be used for secure remote access, specifically for secure remote login. Telnet is not encrypted, so it's not secure. As for these two, one of them has an S for security, but it's not for remote login, right? For remote login, it's just these two, SSH and Telnet, so this one. The correct answer is D. The S in SSH stands for security, meaning it's an encrypted and secure remote login. Let's look at the correct answer. It's D. All right, let's move on to the second question. The second question asks which combination is the most secure. Of course, this one is the most secure, especially in a wireless network. As for the encryption and authentication method, WPAR is compatible with the previous versions. That is, compared to previous encryption methods, it has been further upgraded, right? Additionally, there's another reason. When the password is longer, it's harder to be cracked by brute force or dictionary attacks. It's not easy to be brute forced, right? The longer it is, the more secure it becomes. So the correct answer is D. All right, let's look at the third question. The third question asks, what are the standards for physical network physical access control? That is, accessing the physical network. Accessing the physical network means accessing things like routers and switches, right? And also things like servers, door locks, server room door locks, access control systems, surveillance equipment, and so on. So the correct answer is A. Let's check the correct answer. All right, fourth question. The fourth crucial question specifically asks, the diligent network engineer is absolutely required to meticulously configure the essential VLANs, specifically VLAN 2, VLAN 3, and VLAN 4 for this brand new and modern facility. That is, some ports must be assigned to them. Assigned to some new VLANs, but there are still unused ports left over. What should be done with the unused ports? In other words, on a switch, there are many ports on a switch, right? And these ports are all assigned to VLANs. For example, VLANs 2, 3, and 4 are assigned, but there are still a few ports that are not used. If they're not used, what should we do? This is about a typical access switch. They're usually exposed to the outside, and when they're exposed like that, it's very easy for someone to just plug in a computer, right? Once it's plugged in, then it will get connected, right? At this point, we're asked which of these 4 options we should choose. The correct approach is to configure a black hole. The purpose of the black hole is that even if you connect, you still can't get into my VLAN. That means your data can't get in either. So here, we configure a VLAN and set up this block. Block hole, right? The reason we configure this black hole on these interfaces is so that it's different from my VLAN, right? So even if you connect, you still can't access me. So the correct answer to this question is C. Let's look at the correct answer. Option C. All right, question 5. Question 5. There's not much to say about this one. This is also about the WAR algorithm in WAN control, right? In this AskMar mode, what's the minimum number of digits required? The fixed value is 8. 8 because this is WA2, this PSK, which is a pre-shared key. A pre-shared key is basically the Wi-Fi password. Then in this AskMar mode, the standard requires a minimum of 8 bytes. Right? If you choose hexadecimal, then it's 64 hexadecimal numbers. But now the question asks for the pattern, right? The pattern is written at the end, so the answer is B. The correct answer is B, 8 bytes. Let's see here. The answer is B, then we can submit. To learn Cisco technologies or access a Cisco question bank, send me a private message or comment below to discuss technical issues.